Hello. So, I've come on to talk about the delightful subject of what is called in the weight loss surgery trade the foamies, which could sound like something quite delightful. Maybe, walking along the beach, watching the waves crash upon the shore, and some foam delightfully dancing upon the top of the waves. But no, in weight loss surgery parlance, the foamies is very much not a nice, picturesque, fun experience. It's horrible. Before you have a gastric bypass, you are told that two horrible things could happen to you. One is the foamies, and the other one is dumping syndrome, which is just as delightful as it sounds. I may cover both in this video. We will see how long it goes on for, because I don't want to bore you. So I'm trying to keep the videos not too much longer than 10 minutes, because I don't know about you, but if I'm watching a YouTube video and somebody prattles on for too much longer than that, doesn't matter how interesting the subject is, I kind of tend to switch off, and I've got a life that doesn't involve watching YouTube videos, so I don't really want them in longer chunks than 10 minutes. So yeah, the foamies. Well, I had the joyful experience of my first time of that this evening, and if that's the only time it happens, I won't be sorry. So what is the foamies? I mean, I want to explain it, but I'm going to try not to be too graphically disgusting, because nobody really needs that, especially if you're got the misfortune of watching this whilst you're eating. I'd say maybe don't do that for this particular one. So the foamies is something that happens if you accidentally eat too quickly, or eat something that doesn't agree with your new stomach. So what happened to me this evening is that I'd had quite a kind of, I wasn't feeling 100% since yesterday, so I'd had quite a lazy day, and that kind of, sorry, scrolling things away so they don't get in my line of vision. I'd had quite a lazy day today, and that kind of included not really organising myself to eat proper meals at proper times. So by the time it got to the evening, I mean, I'd had my big drink that I take my supplements with, which I have to have instead of breakfast, because I can't have a big drink and eat at the same time. So I have to prioritise that big drink. And also I'm having to prioritise keeping well hydrated over food while the weather's still warmish, because, excuse me, if I let myself get dehydrated, that is your surefire path straight back into hospital. It's actually, I'm not saying don't eat, obviously you need to eat, but my GP was really clear with me when I first saw her after surgery, that the biggest thing that people end up getting sick with and ending up back in hospital after weight loss surgery is getting dehydrated, and whatever happens to your body, from quite minor things to quite drastic things off the back of that. So yeah, really important to stay hydrated. So on those very hot days that we've had this summer, where it's got into like the 30s, I learnt quite quickly that actually, if I had to choose between drinking and eating, that actually drinking was more important. Yeah, I'm measuring my blood sugar and my blood pressure every day, and that's quite a good barometer because my blood pressure goes up. Apparently, I googled this, and people's blood pressure does go up if they're dehydrated. So my blood pressure's beautifully within range on the days when I've drunk enough, and then when I haven't, it suddenly shoots up to like, oh no, that's not okay. Yeah, I've got quite a good barometer of whether I've drunk enough during the day. Anywho, letting myself get sidetracked as per usual. Sorry. The Foamies. What happened was that I'd let myself get too hungry. I had a humble chicken salad for my tea. Shouldn't have caused me any problems. I've already had chicken, I've already had salad. I haven't had issues with either of those things. And I've also had, I've only been eating normal food that's not in the puree stage and the mash stage for just over a week now. So this is very, very early days post-surgery for me and normal eating. But yeah, so I thought that I'd chewed enough, because somebody said to me, probably somebody at the hospital where I had my surgery, somebody said that after surgery, your mouth has to do the work that your stomach would have done in the past. So whereas you could have got away with eating a bit too quickly in the past, and your stomach would do the work of digesting the food that you hadn't properly masticated. That's posh for chew. You can't do that with your new posh pouch tummy. Your mouth has to chew it until it's really very soft before it goes down into your new stomach. And I've just found out what happens if you don't do that. It's not good. So yeah, got a bit too hungry. Thought I was eating slowly enough and chewing well enough. Clearly wasn't. So what happens is that, first of all, you get a very heavy, tight feeling in your esophagus, and kind of, yeah, I've got a back problem as well, so it was horrible, because it was a horrible tight feeling in my chest, but also made my back hurt as well. I didn't panic because I was fairly sure I knew what it was. But yeah, without going into disgusting, horrible, yucky details, you basically start bringing up a lot of digestive juices, and it's called Foamies because it's foamy. Yeah, it's like foamy, slimy liquid. Basically, you either, it passes through eventually, because this went on for, I think it was felt like an hour, but it probably wasn't. It was probably more like half an hour, 45 minutes. Or you throw up, and whatever was blocking your esophagus or your stomach comes back up again. So I had a delightful combination of the two. So that was super. So I guess if we're going to look for silver linings, the advantage of having the Foamies so early on in this process is that I really don't want that to happen again. So yeah, I'm really going to make sure that I chew very well from now on. They say 20 times, but I'm thinking maybe that's not enough, because I really did think that I'd done that. But yeah, I guess basically keeping in your mind that adage of what used to happen in your old stomach has got to happen in your mouth. I guess that's the most important thing. And yeah, not wanting to have a replay of that will also be at the forefront of my mind. Yeah, that wasn't fun at all. Don't want that to happen again. I think you're not supposed to drink and eat at the same time, but I'm thinking that maybe if I Don't let myself get that hungry again. So try to, you know, stagger out my meals and snacks a little bit more efficiently. And B, if I do get that hungry again, maybe just have a little glass of water, just to fill up a little bit, so that I'm not so hungry that I'm accidentally eating too fast, because I don't good. So yeah, this has just popped over to the 10-minute mark, so I will do another one about dumping syndrome. I haven't experienced it fully myself yet, and I really hope I don't, because it doesn't sound pretty. But I think I had a little warning shot across the bows, with a little mini version of it, which I'll talk about in another video, and I'll also talk about what the full caboodle consists of, for information and educational purposes. Right, okay, I think that's quite enough of that disgusting topic, but you know, it's part of the process, so I feel like I've been talking more about the troughs than the peaks so far, and there have been significant peaks, and I've made myself a little list of videos that I want to make, and so maybe I'll make some more cheery ones about some more upbeat topics over the coming days, so that yeah, it's less of the gross, yucky trough stuff, and a bit more of the yay jolly peak stuff, because it is a roller coaster, but there are ups and downs, and so far there's been quite a lot of videos about me talking about the downs, and not terribly many about me talking about the ups. But that's a misrepresentation of the process, because there have definitely been ups, so I'll try to make sure that the next one's an up one. Anyway, that's quite enough for tonight. I'm going to go and lie down and recover from that particular experience. Just thought I'd come on and tell you all about it. Lucky you. Okay, bye.